Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all already know who this is. This is Ron the freaking Don. Now today, I wanted to speak about the so-called woke revolutionary Amanda Seales, who's really an actress from Hollywood that happens to dive into politics. She went on a show, a YouTube channel called Jubilee, where she was surrounded by like 20 black conservatives. A lot of liberals and people on her side of the aisle, not even liberals, they're just woke progressives or whatever, damn near like borderline communists, saying that she killed it, she ate it, she ate them. Like, in what world? Like, I'm like, was we watching the same video? She ate who? I mean, she had only a couple valid points that you could say, yeah, it was good. Like, especially the point where she made about the unions, about union busting, about how there was anti-union laws in the southern states that prevented workers from unionizing, and about her claim about black conservatism disregards and forgets about the working class, and her unionizing, the workers unionizing, was supposed to support her claim. And it was a valid point how workers, like, especially during the 1950s, 1960s, before blacks integrated into society. However, this is where the but comes in. She's making the same exact arguments that black folks was making back in the 1950s, during segregation, before we integrated into the mainstream society. She's making the same exact arguments from then, as if there's no reforms put in place, as if society didn't get better, as if society is still the same as it was during the 50s. Hey, shit, society's not even the same way as it was during the early 2000s. Society's totally different now than it was during 2001, 2002. Since 9/11, society's way different now than it was back then. Shit, even since before the pandemic, society's now quite different now than how it was before the pandemic. So anyway, Amanda Seales' arguments are outdated. She's making outdated arguments and outdated claims that no longer applies to today. Yes, the systemic racism still exists. I mean, not as much as it was back in the days. Of course, there's some inequities, and there always will be inequities. Why? Because blacks, we only 13% of the population. So, according to the U.S. Census, so since we only 13% of the population, we're never going to get the amount of resources. We're never going to get the same amount of resources as the majority of which is whites, Caucasians. We're never going to get the same amount of resources as them, because we're the minority. Shit, even the illegal immigrants is receiving more resources than we are, and they're not even from this country. And that's my issue I have with the woke progressives, is the immigration policy, is their immigration standpoint. They're supposed to be pro-black, but yet they support illegal immigration, which is asinine. But anyway, also during the Jubilee debate, early on during the debate, she got mad and all furious, started name calling and fucking stomping her feet, throwing a temper tantrum like a little kid in the candy store, whose parents, whose mom or dad won't buy them the candy. So just because it's about, oh, don't talk about Harriet Tubman, child. Oh, don't talk about Harriet Tubman. I'm like, okay, whites did help her free the slaves during Underground Railroad. She did receive help from some white allies. That is the truth. And all the claims, all the statements, and all the facts and all the points that the black conservatives was making against her claims was correct. Then she called it a temper tantrum. Maybe that is why she called it a temper tantrum, because they were correct and it refuted her claims. It made her arguments weak. And I'm sorry, but it seems like nowadays, conservatives are much better debaters than progressives and communists and so-called revolutionaries. I'm sorry. Conservatives make better arguments than a lot of these progressives these days. Maybe back during the Obama years or whatever, liberals made valid points as better debaters than the conservatives. So maybe during the early 2000s, but nowadays, conservatives wipe the floor with them when it comes to debates, which is the reason why they throw temper tantrums, which is the reason why they don't like to debate. I'm surprised Amanda Seales even went on Jubilee Surrounded, even though she knew she probably was going to get embarrassed. Especially, like I said, she made it worse for herself when she threw that little temper tantrum, just because, and thinking with emotions. That's the problem I have with these leftists, because they think with emotions and they disregard facts that goes against their viewpoints. Why not just do more research? Why not stop being biased? Do more research. Get your game up. Why not do that? Why not study more economics? Why not study more of U.S. history? Like, black history is very credible, yes. Why not study different viewpoints? Why not study different perspectives? So that way you could be able to refute their arguments instead of catching temper tantrums. That's what progressives and communists do, so-called revolutionaries do. Refutes their arguments, they get upset. They throw temper tantrums like little kids. And that's probably why they're not good debaters. That's probably why they don't like to debate. They operate the same way the Soviet Union did back during the Cold War. They ostracize them, and they have them in exile. That's what they do, and that's how the Democrat Party move these today, because they're in bed. They try to appeal to the communists and the woke revolutionaries, and it seems like a lot of people as pro-black usually think with more emotion than with facts. Like, especially the ones that lean Democrat. I'm starting to question: Are these really pro-black? Are these people really pro-black, or are they just pro-Democrat? Which one is it? The Democrat, honestly, if you're pro-Democrat, that don't count as being pro-black, because Democrat ideas and the policies, their interests don't serve the black interests. Their interest goes against the interests of black people. I was supporting illegal immigration and taking away resources from black people, from black communities, and allocating it to them. How is that benefiting us? How is supporting illegal immigration, coming over here, letting folks come over here, it's not from this country, compete with us for jobs? How is that beneficial to us? And corporations and companies rather hire them. Why? Because they know they're illegal and they can pay them under the table. So, but yeah, that's my take on it. And Amanda Seales, she made some good points, but she needs to get her emotions in check. And I don't know why these Hollywood people, they think just because they're in Hollywood that it automatically means they know about politics. No, stick to Hollywood. And then on top of that, a lot of these Hollywood actors and actresses, all they do is mimic Democratic talking points and think they know something. But conservatives can wipe the floor with them. That's why society, mainstream society, favors liberals, no, progressives, woke progressives more, because they know that they don't have a leg to stand on. They know they can't compete with conservatives. Me myself, I'm an independent. So, I try to pay attention to both perspectives, and it seems like conservatives are more grounded in facts, reality, statistics, and while progressives are more grounded in emotions. My logic is 1 + 1 always equal 2, no matter how you feel about it. But anyway, that's my take on it, and I will catch y'all in my next video. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe, leave a comment. I will catch y'all in my next video. Peace.